friends, welcome to Mini Money Mastermind, and this is Mahara speaking all again. So friends, time to celebrate because today is Sunday. Today I'm going to tell you a story. Let's start with that story. So in a town where the streets were always busy and crowded lived a very short and proudy man. His name is Napoleon. Now Napoleon was an apple seller and he had the monopoly of selling apples in that town. And monopoly of selling apples in that town means that he was the only seller of apples in that town. Napoleon's apples cost was 300 rupees per kg. But actually, how much did Napoleon spend on those apples? Only 50 rupees per kg. But what is this big secret of Napoleon? Actually, he has his own apple orchards in his village. And then if he has his own apple orchards, then what does he spend money on? He actually spends the money on agricultural cost, the transportation cost, and the packaging cost. Now, if you combine all of these, it was approximately 50 rupees. But he used to sell it in 300 rupees. So what was his profit? It was the selling cost minus the cost which Napoleon had to pay for those apples. 300 minus 50 is equal to 250. So Napoleon's profit is 250 rupees. You could see that the profits were so high. So Napoleon was a very successful businessman. He lived a very luxurious life full of enjoyment and fun. Now a new character, Lakshmi, enters my story. Now Lakshmi is the neighbor of Napoleon in his native village. So she also, like him, had many apple orchards, but she used to sell those apples in her village only. So you can say that she was also a businesswoman. She used to sell them at 40 rupees per kg. Okay. Now comparing the lifestyles of both Lakshmi and Napoleon, Lakshmi had an average lifestyle. She was earning enough to fulfill her needs, but now Napoleon was earning so much profits. So he was a very rich man. He had very much money in his bank account. So one day, Lakshmi thought of knowing Napoleon's secret of getting so much rich. So she decided to visit the town in which he used to sell the apple. Upon reaching Napoleon's shop, she was so shocked that he was selling the same apples that she sold in her village of 40 rupees in 300 rupees per kg. That price was beyond her imagination. So then just a business idea struck her mind. And then she also thought of bringing those apples and selling those apples in this town only. But instead of selling it in 300 rupees per kg, she sold it in a less price, which was 100 rupees per kg. So the cost price of the apples that Lakshmi was selling was also 50 rupees due to the transportation and packaging costs. And she was satisfied with her 50 rupees per kg profit. Now all of Napoleon's customers started to purchase apples from Lakshmi because the price was less. Even those who lived nearby Napoleon's shop were ready to spend money on transport costs because still it costed less than 300. So now the demand of apples increased in Lakshmi's shop and people started to buy more apples as well because here those same 300 rupees that they could spend in Napoleon's shop for 1 kg, they are getting 3 kgs in that. Now Napoleon was in a very big dilemma. Now nobody was coming to his shop. He was sitting in his shop all day, but there were no customers. The apples also started to become rotten and his business was about to come to an end. But after many days of brainstorming, he finally came to the conclusion that he had to lower the price or else nobody would buy apples from his shop. Now those customers who lived near Napoleon's shop but used to bear the travel cost to reach Lakshmi's shop stopped buying from Lakshmi and started purchasing apples from Napoleon. Within a span of 5 days, Lakshmi noticed the fall in her customers and then she got the information about the decision taken by Napoleon of lowering his price. This continued for some more days. The customers were divided between Lakshmi and Napoleon. Those who were near to Lakshmi's shop started to continued purchasing from her, and those who were near Napoleon's shop purchased from him and stopped buying apples from Lakshmi. This forced Lakshmi to do the brainstorming of the whole situation. She came to the conclusion that if customers are ready to buy apples for 200 rupees per kg, then why shall she sell those same apples at 100 rupees per kg? So then she also raised the price from 100 rupees to 200 rupees per kg. Still, after raising the price from 100 rupees per kg to 200 rupees per kg, the old customers of Lakshmi continued purchasing apples from her. So now the customers are also happy that they have found a good price for the apples and they are getting enough apples, and now the sellers are also happy because they are earning enough profits. So by Lakshmi entering the market of apples in that town, the apples have found a price in that town. The invisible hand has worked and market is now in equilibrium. But what is the invisible hand? In 1776, the Scottish economist Adam Smith had introduced the idea of the invisible hand. Actually, invisible hand worked before that, but he just gave it this name. So actually, the invisible hand is the thought process of two or more individuals to make their conditions better off, but unconsciously they are making the economy of that area and that country boost. Like in this story, the thought process of Napoleon to reduce the price of apples to earn his customers, and the thought process of Lakshmi to increase her price so that her customers would continue to come as well and she would get more profits as well. This thought process led to people being distributed among both of them, and so now the demand was enough for the supply as well. So this led to the boosting up of the economy of that town also and that country as well. Hope you guys enjoyed my story, and we also came across two new financial terms which were invisible hand and market equilibrium. So guys, watch, subscribe, share and like my channel if you haven't yet. And also you can press the notification bell if you haven't yet, because you will get notifications whenever I release a newer video. So guys, thank you, goodbye, see you later. Remember, working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more: believing in yourself.